Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I'm going to be bringing you the top 10 Mega EXs that we have ever had in the Pokemon trading card game. And I say ever had, because Mega EXs are over. We haven't had a Mega EX since the likes of Mega Slowbro back in Evolutions. Mega EXs are over, they're not being printed anymore, so I feel quite confident sitting down and having a chat with you lovely ladies and gentlemen about which are the best. Now, if you're listening to this video, it means Half Wassy, Little Roasty himself, has been born. This is a video I'm making in advance so that when my kid does come along, we can rush off to the hospital and do the whole having a kid thing, and you can still have a video or two. So do make sure you click a like and do make sure you share with your friends, because I pre-made videos so you guys could still have Pokemon content when my kid was being born. Boom, dad skills. Now, a couple quick honourable mentions of Mega EXs. I saw a little bit of play here or there, but not really enough to ever pop it onto this list. Mega Tyranitar. I love Mega Tyranitar. Destroyer King. I made many videos about this. 110 damage plus 60 more for each damage on your opponent's active, and you can use Golbat to put some down. It was supposed to be so good, and it just never worked out as much as it might like. There was a lovely guy in the UK that actually did win a tournament with Mega Glalie, which again, I absolutely adored. 100 damage. If it's got 10 or more damage counters on, it does 250, and it's already got 220 HP, so it's hard to one-hit KO. Again, looked so good, but was just never as good as we might like. And Mega Gyarados did see a little bit of play here and there. Expensive at 4 energy, but 120 damage, plus 20 more for each water energy attached to this Pokemon, and then you discard the top 2 cards of your deck. I played against it a little bit on PTCGO. It was kind of fun. But in at number 10, we have Mega Kangaskhan. Now, Mega Kangaskhan was very interesting because it had no Spirit Link. Most of these Mega EXs had a Spirit Link whereby if you attached it to the Mega Pokemon, you could then evolve and it wouldn't end your turn, whereas usually, of course, it would end your turn if you evolved. Mega evolved. And before we got Spirit Links, most of these didn't see play. Mega Kangaskhan actually did. It was played with Aromatisse that just moved energy around as long as it was fairy, and being colourless, you played it with whatever you want. You had 230 HP, you would lose a turn early game evolving, but then 100 damage, 30 more for each head you can flip before you flip a Tails. You would play it with Aromatisse and Max Potion, so unless your opponent could get a one-hit KO, you just move the energy off, Max Potion, move it back on, and keep going. It saw quite a bit of play. It was about the only one that saw play before Spirit Links came in. In at number 9, Mega Sceptile. Right before the rotation, I had to play against a Mega Sceptile in the final of a League Cup. I did make a video about that. I'll try and remember to link it in the description. And it's actually really quite cool. For 2 energy, it did 100 damage, and you could attach up to 2 grass energy from your hand to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. If you attached energy to a Pokemon, heal it completely. So you would just retreat Mega Sceptile and then attack with another one, putting the energy back onto it and healing it at the same time. It saw some success early, and it did actually take down a regional in the UK right at the beginning when Ancient Origins first came out, and then I saw it come second in a League Cup right at the end of the format. Nice little symmetry there. In at number 8, the Mega Gardevoir, but the fairy one. And if you haven't guessed by now, we're looking only at the Megas, not the regulars. I will make a top 10 EXs as well, and that will probably also be uploaded around the same time when the kid comes along. The fairy Mega Gardevoir had Brilliant Arrow, 30 damage for each fairy energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So you would use stuff like Xerneas's Geomancy and Max Elixir, trying to get as many energy on the board as you could, and then when you did, you would just sweep with Brilliant Arrow. This saw some top cuts, even as high as international championships. It kind of came and went and never really stuck around, but it was here and there, and it was fun. In at number 7, Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor was another one of these Pokemon that came around here or there and then ran away again, but it existed because Gardevoir was good. Both the Mega we haven't spoken about yet, and later on Gardevoir GX. And for 2 energy, 120 damage, and you discarded a special energy attached to your opponent's active or a stadium in play. Luke Kirkham, a well-known UK player, had a lot of really good finishes with this, and you could do stuff like get rid of Skyfield from a Mega Rayquaza, or just get rid of double colorless energy to really slow your opponent down. It was never top tier, but it saw a fair bit of success. In at number 6, the other Mega Gardevoir. This one was an awful lot of fun. 110 damage for 2 energy, but remember we all had Mega Turbo. And remember that we did for a while have Dimension Valley, and this was half psychic, so it was basically a single energy attack. 110 damage, discard as many bench as you like, do 10 more for each you discard. So you use Skyfield and you go absolutely nuts with basic Pokemon like Shaymini X and Hooper and Dragonite, just setting up over and over again, just swinging and doing a lot of damage and getting all your Pokemon back. It was so much fun. And, you know, it played Dragonite, which is one of the few cards from Evolutions. Go Dragonite. In at number 5, Manectric. And Manectric was one of those Pokemon that had so many partners. Because honestly, it just worked straight away. Free retreat, 110 damage for 2 energy, and attach any 2 basic from your discard to one of your bench. So you had to play some lightning energy in order to get Mega Manectric rolling, but then you could play whatever other basic energy you liked. You had free retreat, so you would just retreat, and then sit there using Rough Seas to heal over and over again. I mean, this was played with stuff like Regice, to block those pesky EXs. This was before GXs came along. It was played with psychic stuff like Wobbuffet. It was played with so many different things. Low energy cost, free retreat, rough seas, accelerates energy. You see where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty gosh darn good. In at number 4, Mega Mewtwo X. This was, for a while, my very least favourite deck in the entire format. I hated it. What you would do is you had Psychic Infinity, 10 damage plus 30 more for each energy attached to both active for just a double colourless. That in and of itself was really good, but then you would use Shrine of Memories and you would use the damage change Mewtwo so that if you didn't KO Mewtwo, it would then swap damage between the two of you, so you had to one-hit KO it. I know I said we were only looking at Megas, but this Mega only really existed with Shrine of Memories and the old Mewtwo. If the others played Shrine of Memories, I'd talk about their EXs as well. It did huge damage for a double colourless energy. It had damage change. I hated it. If you couldn't one-hit KO this deck, a lot of the time you couldn't beat it. In at number 3, Primal Groudon. I like Primal Groudon. I don't mean the Primal Groudon that was reprinted as a secret rare, because that Primal Groudon sucks. I mean the one that had Omega Barrier. You couldn't use Enhanced Hammer to get rid of strong energy. That's quite nice. You couldn't use Lysander to drag it active. That's quite nice. You couldn't use Hypnotoxic Laser to poison it and put it to sleep. That's quite nice. Immunity from all trainers. And what you would do is you would whack up a Wobbuffet and you would just build up Primal Groudon on the bench. Then you would bring it in the active and be hitting for, well, 200 if there was a stadium in play, plus 20 for each strong energy you had. So you basically just bring it up and one-hit KO your way to victory. It was a great deck that saw pockets of play in both standard and expanded for many, many years, and still sees a bit of play and success in expanded. It's good. In at number 2, I had no idea what to do with this, so maybe number 2's too high, maybe it's too low. Mega Audino. The Pokemon that has the distinction of being my most popular video I've ever made when it won the World Championships in 2016. That video is by far my most popular. Got it up the moment it ended. I knew this was going to win the World Championships because it absolutely preyed on the meta at the time. 110 damage. If you played a supporter 50 to one of your opponent's bench, and in a format that was absolutely overrun with decks like Night March, Vespiquen, Greninja, that played a whole bunch of either little evolving or just low HP in general Pokemon, you could just smash your way to victory with this. Shintaro Ito won the World Championships with it. It wasn't played before, it wasn't played after, but it won the World Championships. I think putting it any lower than 2 seems like it would be a little bit rude. But I cannot put it number 1 because Mega Rayquaza has to be number 1. And no, not the stupid Mega Rayquaza with the bad ancient trait that was reprinted as a secret rare. I mean the good Mega Rayquaza that held Delta Evolution. So much was going for this deck. You could use a combination of Spirit Link and Delta Evolution to get it going straight away. Just bench a Rayquaza, attach a Spirit Link and evolve. Then you could use a combination of double Colorless Energy and Mega Turbo to get it going in a single turn. And you literally could just go Rayquaza, Spirit Link, Mega Rayquaza, double Colorless, Mega Turbo, and go from not having a Rayquaza on the field to having a fully powered Rayquaza ready to go. Then you could use Shaman, of course, because you needed to fill up your bench. You did 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon. You used Skyfield to make sure you had a full bench, and you were then hitting for 240 damage a turn. Another deck where Hooper was absolutely nuts for searching out your Shaman. This was a phenomenal deck that had the speed and the power just to overrun, and it really was a great top tier deck for a long time. Most of these decks had pockets of being good here and there. Mega Rayquaza was just plain good. So there we go. That is, as far as I'm concerned, the top 10 Mega EXs. I feel good about this list because we've had the benefit of hindsight. Mega Audino at number 2 feels a little awkward, but it wasn't as good as Rayquaza. But it was only really good for one tournament. But it was the World Championships. So I don't know. Number 2 seems about right. Rest of the list, I feel pretty good. But as always with these top 10 lists, I want to know your top 10s in the comment section. Give me a full 1 to 10 list. Go on, it'll be fun. Go nuts, but be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, etc., head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. And please do be a little bit patient over the next couple of days, because, you know, literally just had a kid. Videos will be coming as and when I can. Hopefully I've got a few queued up. Hopefully I'll find some time to get some up. Otherwise, I'll be back as soon as I can. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. And, you know, me spending time with my newborn kid. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.